Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Miss Meriah's Adventures. Today, our adventure is going to be learning about trees. I used to love to climb trees when I was a little girl. I'm not sure about you. In fact, I was going to try to film an episode with you showing me climbing a tree, but it didn't work out so good, so we scratched that idea. So here we are. I'm in front of a cedar tree. Did you know that there are over 60,000 different tree species in the whole world? Now just stop and think about that a minute. 60,000 tree species. That is sure a lot of different types of tree species. Now this cedar that I'm standing in front of is a pretty young cedar tree, but they can grow to over 120 feet tall. And you can tell the age of a tree, but it has to be after it's cut down. You can look at the rings on the tree and count those, and that's how you can tell how old a tree is. So I am not positive how old this cedar tree is behind me, but I know it's a pretty young one. There are also two main tree types. That is deciduous and evergreen. The deciduous trees lose all of their leaves for part of the year. Now in the cold climates, they typically lose their leaves in the fall. So that means they are bare through winter. And I know trees don't have feelings, but that just sounds cold to me. Brr. Now the evergreen trees, they get to keep their leaves or needles all year long. So they never go bare. They always look pretty much the same year round. Now, a coniferous tree is a cone-bearing tree, and they can have needles or leaves. And all conifers are evergreens, but not all evergreens are conifer trees. Some pretty interesting facts there. Now, I would like you to do some research and find out what the tallest tree is and how tall that it grew to be. And put that down in the comments below, all right? Now, trees are a really incredible, sustainable resource. Now, the people that harvest trees to use for so many things that we need and that we use them for, they replant the trees. So once they harvest trees, they replant them, and it just continues to keep the environment sustained. Now, trees provide us with oxygen, they store carbon, they stabilize the soil, they provide homes for wildlife. I was actually watching some quail scurry around in the trees this morning and scratch around to get food because that's their home, is in the trees. Also, bunnies like to live in the trees, and squirrels, and birds. Where do birds build their nests? Most birds typically build their nests in trees. So trees provide us with so much. They also provide us with materials for tools and shelter, because many of your homes are made out of wood, which comes from trees. Also, the paper that we use comes from trees, toilet paper and paper towels and pencils that you use to write with, and most of your furniture all comes from trees. So trees provide us with so much. Also, if you have horses like we do, they help keep the horses in, and because they give us fence posts that we can create. And also, most of the barns that horses live in are also made out of trees. So I hope that you have enjoyed learning a lot about trees today, and there is so much more to learn. So do a little bit of your own research and see what you can come up with about the different types of trees and what trees provide for us. Now, I have a favorite type of tree, and it in fact is not a tree that is where I live. It happens to be far away, but it still is in the United States. So why don't you try to figure out what my favorite tree is and drop it in the comments below, and I will write later in the comments what my favorite tree is. All right, I hope you've enjoyed learning more about trees, and we'll see you next time on our next episode. Bye-bye.